Hello everybody, this is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful, and it is Friday, and I think it's the 9th, although I could be wrong. We don't know. Today I went to mini distribution. For those of you who watch me all the time, you know that mini distribution is what my food bank does to try to pass out the produce that they think won't last until the next scheduled food bank. Usually that includes produce, breads, and deli products or meals from Costco or another local grocery store. So I went today. I love mini distribution because right now I don't need anything other than produce. However, what I walked away with was huge. So I went through the line like everybody else and picked out what I wanted, and I walked away from tons and tons of stuff. Overflow, apples, oranges, cauliflower, jalapenos, greens, corn on the cob, berries. Also, all kinds of desserts from Costco and from another bakery in town. Carrot cake, chocolate cake, cheesecake, all kinds of pies, all kinds of cinnamon rolls, all kinds of everything. None of that came home with me. They had protein drinks and yogurts, and I can't even remember, fresh pasta in beautiful packages that you could just take home and boil. I left all that there. Pizza dough, left it. It's just A, don't need it, and number two, really what I need is produce. So let me show you what I got, and then I'm going to show you what I was able to go back and get from them after I talked to them, which they're lovely, that was going to go to the pigs. And so I wait until they're almost closed, until everybody's gone through, until they're just sure that they're done, and then I go back through and she lets me take what I want. So I will stop here. I will show you the counter and then I'll go through it one by one. All right, this is the counter version of what I got. And you can see everything. I'll be going over it with you item by item when we're done. You can see the breads over here. Okay. All right, I will go ahead and show you individually. All right, for the one-on-one stuff, we have a bag of spring mix. This is always lovely. Grandma and I love our salads, so that will be delicious. We have a bag of spinach. That'll be good. And we also have a package of romaine hearts, and that's really good because I don't think I have any lettuce, and so that makes it possible for Grandma and I to have salads for the next few days. I have a cute little cabbage. Isn't that sweet? And then I have a package of chopped salad, and I believe, what is in here? All right, this is straight cabbage and a few other little goodies. I'm going to make coleslaw out of this, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't have any lettuce in it. Then I have 2 packages of blackberries, and they look really good. I didn't see anything scary on those blackberries, so I will feed those to Grandma for breakfast, with breakfast for the next few days. I have a great big bowl of fruit. Everything in this bowl I was able to get today. So I have oranges, I have apples, and I have limes. And I'm going to juice the apples and the oranges later today. I have not 1, but 2 packages of corn on the cob. And I am very excited about that. I have a package of tri-colored peppers. That looks really good. And I have a head of cauliflower. Now, when I went through the line, and I have 2 zucchinis. I have 2 bags of jalapenos. And I have 3 loaves of bread. 1 sourdough, 1 other sourdough, and a whole grain sourdough bread. Sourdough and seeds, it says. Ooh, nice. Okay, so when I went through the first time, I was very happy to get the jalapenos. Now, they had a great big box of these, okay? They also had a lot of apples and oranges. They had a ton of salad mixes, lettuces, and cauliflowers. So I asked the lady, she knows me, if I could wait, of course, until everybody was done, come back. I had a couple of other errands to run, and then just take, when everybody was done, what I thought I could can or use, and she said yes. So let me show you that. This is the overflow that once I got what I wanted, I was able to come back when everybody was finished and grab what I wanted before it went to the pigs. And there was a ton of stuff, but this is what I felt like I could use. So over here are 4 heads of cauliflower. I'm going to clean that up and freeze it. Nothing wrong with that. 2 packages of greens, probably a dozen oranges, 4 bags of apples. I think those are 5-pound bags. 4 loaves of bread. Those range between $4.99 and $7.99 a loaf. 12 packages of jalapenos. I think those are anywhere between a ½ pound and a pound a piece. And 6 cabbages. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to juice the apples and I am going to juice the oranges. I am going to freeze the bread. I am going to make cowboy candy today or tomorrow, depending on how much room I have in the refrigerator. The cabbages, I'm going to put those in a nice cool place. If I can find a place in the refrigerator, great. I'll be putting those in everything for the next few days. All right, I have cleaned up the cauliflower. Here's what's going out to the chickens. I have some cauliflower in baggies in the freezer, but this is what's going to go into the refrigerator. Tonight, if I have the energy, and honest to God, the last 2 days have been really hard, so I don't know if I do or not. I will make some curry, some yellow sauce curry with potatoes that I got out of my own garden. I'll show you. I got a couple of zucchinis out of my own garden and this cauliflower. Hold on. Now, that doesn't look like a lot, but you will remember that I just took 3 or 4 scrappy red potatoes, quartered them, threw them out in a container full of dirt, and 1 yellow. And this is what I got, and it was so fun digging them up. I absolutely enjoyed it. I'm very happy with this little batch of potatoes, especially since I don't have the garden space to plant them in the ground. So my zucchinis are deep in the refrigerator. I've had to cram stuff in to get it in there, so I'm not going to pull those out for you. But if I have the energy tonight, I will make a cauliflower and potato and zucchini curry over rice. Sounds good, right? All right, I put all of the jalapenos in the refrigerator. I cannot do those today. Those are going to have to be for tomorrow on a fresh day. I've had some trauma, people, in the last 2 days, and it has been difficult and exhausting. So, all right, so I might I might peel all the oranges, I guess, and juice those, and then chop the apples and juice those. That is probably something that I can do today. We will see. All right, I gathered up the first bowl of oranges. This is what I showed you from my counter and what was in my refrigerator. I'm going to sit down and peel those, and then I'm going to juice them. And then these oranges that are the freshest, I will save out for eating for Grandma, although I might juice a few. We'll see. All right. It is 2:34 in the afternoon and I am working away. Grandma is still napping. I'll have to go check on her in a little bit and see how she's doing. So I peeled all of the oranges that I wanted to juice, and I am currently working on juicing them. So right here you can see the bowl that I am working with. Right here you can see the juice that I have made so far. And then right over here is the juicer. So let me get this finished, and once I have it done, I will show you how much juice I got, and then I'm just gonna pop it in the freezer. And then we're gonna move on to those apples. All right, well, that did not take too long. It is 2:47, so less than, 10 minutes? I have 2 quarts of juice that can go into the freezer. I do like to leave a little bit of head space because this is going to freeze. And then when I have to use metal rings, I'm out of my plastic lids for the jars. I like to put a piece of wax paper between the jar and the lid. I don't want my orange juice coming into contact with anything metallic, and right now I am completely out of plastic lids. All right, I am now going to wash my juicer, and I'm going to start prepping the apples so that I can juice the apples. And the apples I may have to freeze in baggies because I don't have any more plastic lids. So let me get that done. These apples are going to take some time. So I'm going to have to find some patience because on the outside they are in rough shape. So I will have to cut through those and see what the inside looks like and then cut accordingly. So those pegs are 3 pounds, and I believe I have 6, so that's 18 pounds of apples. I have 5 apples over here that I got from the well a couple weeks ago. Those are the last of my apples. I have the apples I picked up from the food bank right there. And Ghanem brought me over a bag of a few apples from his tree, but I cannot find those. So I'll have to look for them and see if I can find them because I want to juice those too while I'm doing this. Present self would rather be sitting on my butt eating bonbons. Future self is very happy that I'm doing this. All right, let's get it done. All right, I guess I had 5, well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess I had 5 bags of apples. So now I am getting ready to process bag number 2. It's going to be a long afternoon, people. Bag number 3. Yes, indeed, bag number 3. We having fun yet? Woohoo! We don't know. We don't care. It's got to get done. I don't have anybody else in this house to help me, so it's got to be done. Now, my husband would help me. He does help me do these kind of chores, but he is in Canada visiting his family for the next few days, so girl's on her own. You know it. Count with me. Bag 4. Yeah, bag 4. My kitchen's a disaster. My chicken heap bowl is overflowing and making a mess everywhere. Bag 4, baby. Bag 4. 4. Did I have 5? Bag 4. What bag is this? This is bag 5. This is bag 5. Light at the end of the ever-loving tunnel. Well, that took a pretty minute. It's about 4:20 in the afternoon, And I have finished the apples, although I do have some green apples right here left over from the well. I think I have 5. And then somewhere there's probably 9 or 10 little apples, but I don't know where my husband put them. So I don't know. Maybe he took them with him. Okay, let's look down here. I got, let's see, 7 quarts of apple juice, which I will pop into the freezer. And then I got a little bit right here, which I will drink tomorrow. And these are going to be delicious. They freeze nicely. Like I said, I put a little bit of wax paper, parchment paper, between the metal lid and the jar because I don't want my apple juice coming into contact with metal. So I'm going to go put those in the freezer, and then I'm going to take this out to my chickens, and then I have a bowl over on the counter that also needs to go out to them, and they will love that. Then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take a serious rest. So I don't remember what time I started, but I think I've been working about 3 hours on the cauliflower, the oranges, and the apples. But when you commit yourself to taking care of some food that, you know, was extra, you want to make sure that you're taking care of it, that you're being a good steward. And I talk about that all the time. It is so important to be a good steward. Okay? Just do what you can. Do your best. It doesn't always work out. Every once in a while there's a little snafu. Every once in a while you have the best intentions of taking care of something and it slips through the crack. Let me tell you something, baby. That happens to everybody. So if it happens to you, just take care of it. If you have to put it in the garbage, put it in the garbage. If you've got chickens, go feed it to the chickens. Whatever you have to do, right? And then, you know, move on. Move on. Don't focus on that. Focus on all the things that you did save, that you did preserve, that you did take care of. Don't beat yourselves up. You guys are lovely. Okay? You guys are lovely. All right, I am pooped. So whatever I make for dinner tonight is coming out of a can, or it's going to be a corn dog. One or the other. I cannot cook tonight. I'll have to face that battle tomorrow. All right, so I think that'll be all for this video. I will see you guys soon. You guys take care. Ta-ta. Hello, everybody. This is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful, and it is Friday. And I just finished making a video for you guys on a food bank haul that I did today. That'll be posted separate from this. At the end of that video, I said, oh my God, I just got to sit down and take a break. And I do. But first, I'm going to make some ice cream. So the recipe that I'm using, you can find online from Barefoot in the Kitchen Snicker Bar Ice Cream. Okay, you can go there and you can find the recipe. Because I'm pooped. I don't know if I'll be able to type it into the thing for you. So the first thing that it asks you to do is to use 2/3 cup of creamy peanut butter, 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. So I don't have creamy peanut butter at the moment. I have crunchy peanut butter, and you know what? Girl's gonna use it. I don't have light brown sugar. Girl has dark brown sugar. She's gonna use it. Girl doesn't have kosher salt. She's gonna use regular salt. Life goes on. So the first thing that it's asking me to do is to get that into a bowl and to just sort of mix it together. So I'm just gonna do that with my spatula. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time here. This is going to go into the ice cream thing, and the paddle will take care of most of that. So we're going to mix that together. And then to that, we're going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. Now this heavy cream, I'm still working on that heavy cream that I got about, I don't know, how long ago? A month, 6 weeks, maybe even 2 months ago. So I'm going to use that. Then it's calling for a cup of milk, which I do not have. At least it's calling for, I think it wants like 2% or better, but I have 1%. That's a food bank item. That's what I got. That's what I'm using. 1 1/3 cup. And then it's going to call for some vanilla. So let's go ahead and get these items in the bowl. First of all, 1 1/3 cup of milk. You guys want to come down here? Always a trauma. Always a trauma. Okay, 1 1/3 cup of milk. There's one. Here's the third. It's going to call for 1 cup of heavy cream. I was looking at recipes, and there are people out there who make ice cream and post on it all the time. And one lady was saying she doesn't even worry about what ratio she has of what. And I thought, that's my girl. All right, got that cup of heavy cream. A little bit of vanilla. Oh, can I get the jar open? Yeah, we're just gonna do a tiny bit. There's a little bit of vanilla. And we're going to mix this together, and then it's going to go into our ice cream maker. How easy is that? That's pretty easy, right? Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm just going to whisk this together. Now later in the recipe, it's going to call for a Snickers candy bar, which I do not have. Snickers bars has peanut chunks in it, so that's why I'm perfectly comfortable using the chunky peanut butter. And then I will add some caramel sauce to the ice cream later. I'll show you what it's asking me to do. I have some of that right here. And I'm going to add some chocolate chips. Or actually, these are semi-sweet chunks to this. And I think Snickers uses milk chocolate, but we're going to use what we have. It's ice cream, people. It's not going to be any problem. I can hear Grandma coughing in there. I don't think she knows I'm making ice cream yet. Oh my God. She might cough for an hour. Ambience, people. Ambience. All right, I'll come back to you. Okay. Maybe the coughing stopped, maybe it didn't. We'll see. Here is my ice cream mixture. Can you guys see? And I'm just going to pour it now into my ice cream maker. Which is right there. I'm going to put the paddle in. And the lid on, and then I'm going to turn it on. And that's it. That's as easy as that is. Let's see how long it says. 20 to 30 minutes. Off, on. Okay, I'll see you back in 20 or 30 minutes. There you have it, my friends. Just doing its thing. I'll be back to you when we're ready to continue with this. Okay, so I forgot I was filming this for you guys. I pulled it out of the ice cream maker and I put half of it on the bottom of this container, and then I poured a drizzle of the caramel sauce, and then I am putting the second layer of ice cream on the top. And then this is just going to go into the freezer and freeze up nice and hard. But it looks super, super good. So let's get that kind of down there. There we go. And I've got a little bit left in here. We don't want to waste anything. Okay, however, I am going to take a bite for you while it's still soft, and we'll see what we think. And I'm going to take Grandma a bite. So, here is a bite with the caramel sauce, the chocolate, and the peanut butter flavored ice cream. Let's see what we think. That is really good. If I had to do it again, I would break up those chocolate chunks a little bit smaller, but we'll live. All right, let me take Grandma a bite and put this in the freezer. Oh my God, I just looked at the clock because I like to tell you guys what time it is. It is 7:30. What the effie doodle? 7:30. All right, I got my dishes done, sort of. Go ahead and take a look. Got some dishes on the counter, a bunch of dishes in the dishwasher, and just a couple of supper dishes in a sink full of soapy water. I made rice, and I made this Trader Joe's yellow curry. If you guys have a Trader Joe's around you, I think these are so cheap. They're like $3 a thing. You might be able to make your own. Now, I do make my own curries, but when I go to Trader Joe's, I always pick up a bottle of the red and the bottle of the yellow. But I'm thinking I like the yellow better. Hold on. I am not a woman from the Stone Age. I know how to use silverware. You guys can only see right here, and that's really great. I'm wearing a very cute little tank top. I have a little undershirt on underneath. It's got lots and lots of holes in it. And then I have on some wild pants. They don't match this at all. Brushed my teeth this morning, washed my face, no makeup, had my hair up, and had a glorious day. This girl believes in being authentic. And I want you guys to be authentic. I want your real selves to be what the world sees. I want you to be so comfortable with yourself that you are your real self. It's amazing what happens. What people say about you rolls off. Okay? You've got critical friends or critical family members, or maybe family members that you're no longer a part of their lives. That is a situation for me. The evil that comes out of their mouth in the name of whatever, baby, I just let it roll. And I can promise you, when you are able to do that, you will be so happy. Okay? But we're not talking about that today because I have no credentials of any kind to talk to you about, being happy and mental health issues. None. Zero. Okay? So what I can do is show you what I made for dinner. So this rice over here in my rice cooker is, you guessed it, Food Bank rice. Let's take a bite. Wow, it looks like really good rice. It's steaming, so I want to be careful. Little bite. I think it's perfect. It needs a little pinch of salt. Now, let's try our vegetables right down here. I broiled these in my oven, and then I added the Thai sauce. I have potatoes from my garden right here. I have cauliflower that came from the food bank today. I have zucchini that came from the food bank. And I have peppers that came from the food bank. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try one of my potatoes. And I kind of want to eat like a lady. Although that may or may not happen. And it looks like it's not. Here's my fingers. Mmm. Mmm. I love homegrown new baby potatoes. That was delicious. It does need a pinch of salt. I'll salt my own once I stick it on my plate. Okay, let's try a piece of the zucchini. Right there. Let's see what we think about that bad boy. Again, the zucchini was a food bank item. Mmm. Mmm. I don't know about you guys, but I love zucchini. Let's try a pepper. I have a red pepper. I used the red one. If you watch my video dated today's date, I haven't posted it yet, but you'll see what I got at my little food bank mini distribution today. Baby, there was nothing mini. I'm gonna cough. Stay right there. Mama. I don't know. Okay, Grandma could come out and eat dinner out here. It's just her and I for a few days, but she wants to stay in her room. She's in there doing her artwork and having a really good time. I don't know even if she'll want to come out for, we call it the running of the bulls. I'm right smack in your face, you guys. I don't like it. I don't know. Okay, right here, I guess. We call it the running of the bulls. They come running out and they play in the yard for an hour and a half. I water my garden, pull weeds, do whatever, and Grandma feeds them. They jump up in her lap. She loves it. We'll see if she wants to come out after she eats. This is a red pepper from the food bank from today. Wow. Baby, that is so good. Let me fix Grandma's plate and I'll show it to you. Now, Grandma is not a big lover of rice, so she probably will not eat all of her rice, but we're going to give her a big portion anyway. And I'm going to sprinkle the tiniest bit of salt. I had to go to the doctor yesterday. I had my blood pressure checked. I had some other things too, but blood pressure. And my blood pressure was 121 over something. It was perfect. It was like, yeah. Yeah. And then they weighed me. Yeah. That was not yeah. That was, oh my. Use those words. Yeah. Okay, so Grandma, I think, likes all these vegetables, so we'll give her a little bit of everything. She can pick and choose what she likes. She never has to eat to please anybody but herself. So this is Grandma's plate. Be sure to tell me in the comments what you think of this meal. I'm pretty pleased with it. I love the way my rice turned out. I made ice cream today. God. I made 7.5 quarts of apple juice, 2 quarts of orange juice. I processed a bunch of cauliflower. And had some trauma, but I'm here to tell you, life goes on. Let it roll, my friends. All right, I'll be back.